So recently there's been multiple videos going around by professionals claiming to have found a healthier alternative to water known as structured water or gel water. These experts have been claiming that this new version of water helps with your energy, it helps decrease inflammation, and it slows down your aging. When you look deeper into what these articles are talking about, it becomes obvious that they don't hold up scientifically. In all fairness, structured water is a real molecule. However, it is only a temporary molecule that only lasts about 200 femtoseconds during small water reactions, say a droplet of water comes through a lake. While regular water exists as H2O, this version of water exists as H3O2 instead. The structure itself becomes very appealing once you look at its properties. Specifically, it's too unstable to function as a meaningful molecule. For example, let's take H2O2, that's hydrogen peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide is a relatively stable molecule. This is shown through its Lewis dot structure. As seen below, each oxygen is bonded to a different oxygen as well as a different hydrogen atom. Each oxygen has two lone pairs of electrons. Lone pairs are the most stable electrons can be without being bonded to a different element. Therefore, the lone pairs as well as the bondage itself exists in the most stable form it can be in. However, when structured water comes into play, it becomes clear there are some unstable properties about it. When you add a third hydrogen to the molecule, one electron from the lone pairs becomes a sole electron, which is extremely unstable in molecules. This usually leads to a molecule breaking up into different molecules or atoms. The result of this causes the molecule to break up very quickly, as seen in the reaction below. This is also known as the autoionization of water. The product is the most stable form of each molecule. It makes zero sense that if a molecule were to be unstable, it were rather to be more helpful for people because it would just dissolve too quickly to be important. Now, with that being said, let's investigate into some of these articles and look at their logic and reasoning for structured water being important. This article by Dave Asprey mentions the benefits of structured water. Because of the way they're organized in space, structured water molecules carry free electrons. They also donate these electrons to your mitochondria, helping them generate more energy. Not only is this claim creative, but they also were able to cite where they got this information from. After looking into the source, it actually takes you to an article about mitochondrial dysfunction caused by cancer. If this shows anything, in my opinion, the source doesn't support the claim being made. Within the text itself, the molecule serves zero purpose to the mitochondria. NADH and FADH2 are the main components in energy production within cells. I feel if this molecule were actually important and useful in energy production, it would have been popularized a very long time ago. Later in this article, it is actually mentioned how you can make structured water at home. The product Analemma is marketed as an ultra-thin vial with a little amount of structured water in a tiny glass. Whenever this product is used to stir water, it electromagnetically charges the water, which changes the chemical composition. In real chemistry, water can't undergo a change simply because it's electromagnetically charged. Instead, it can only go through physical changes such as liquid to gas or liquid to solid. It would need another molecule at least for a different change to occur chemically. Another side note is that they used a horrendous AI-generated photo as their cover image. Moving on to our next article, another article that supports structured water is Mayu Water. This is a business that sells products marketed as structured water. The claims that Mayu Water make are actually rather similar to Dave Asprey's article, with their own additions, such as that they're better for your pets, and cartilage and disc regeneration. However, when you look through the cited sources, many of the articles that they cited actually just go back to their own website. In my opinion, the evidence they cite strongly favors their own marketing instead of scientific research. The article, written by Cameron Leigh Henning, led me to look at their editorial policy on their website. However, when I looked at their editorial policy, it would only load for about 2 seconds before it disappeared. And this just wasn't even on one browser. This was on multiple. This makes me think it's not a device issue, and either A, a problem with their website, or B, something intentional that I have no idea about. In another ironic twist, AI photos are again used on their website. In summary, don't trust everything you see on the internet. To me, these articles seem to rely on scientific language that may sound convincing but don't actually correlate with any chemistry or biology factually. Thank you for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you want more scientific content like this. Check out my live streams for gameplay as well. I live stream different games on Roblox, I live stream Minecraft, I live stream Rocket League, and a lot more. Stay blessed, have a beautiful day.